Great, let's get going. So I was, welcome. I was saying at the beginning of the class to Sonia that my husband very kindly did something for me on Sunday. He came into the kitchen and he said, "Are you using your computer?" I said, No. He said, "Well, I'll upgrade it for you. It will only take about half an hour." It's fine. So he took my computer. 4.5 hours later, I got my computer back. And since then, it's been an absolute pain in the neck with all this stuff. So this upgrade was driving me bananas. I was getting myself in such a state. I didn't really have to use my computer in the afternoon, but because I didn't have it, I kind of felt compelled that I needed it in some way. And I kept going out to my husband and saying, "Is it done yet? Is it done yet? Is it ready yet?" It's like one of those kids in the back of the car. "Are we there yet?" He kept saying, no, I don't know why it's taking this long. And in the end, I thought, why am I getting myself so wound up about this? And I sat on the sofa and I read my book, which I've been really enjoying. And I spent an hour or so just finishing off this book I really wanted to read. And Matt Haig, who's a wonderful author, wasn't this book I was reading, by the way, but this is an equally lovely book. So Matt Haig is a lovely writer. He writes fiction and non-fiction. This is non-fiction. It's called The Comfort Book. And I can recommend it to anyone who's, or anyone if you know someone who's going through maybe a difficult time, or you just want sort of one of those bad days where you want some uplifting words to kind of get you going. And it's beautiful. It's full of really beautiful words of wisdom. And this kind of made me think when I was thinking about my computer and this upgrades. You don't need to exhaust yourself trying to find your own value. You're not an iPhone needing an upgrade. Your value is not a condition of productivity or exercise or body shape. Value is not a plate that needs to be continually spun. The value is there. It's intrinsic. It's in the being, not the doing. And I love that because I think if you're anything like me, I'm very good at doing, but I'm not, as Sunday showed, I'm not always very good at being. So a little bit of both today, a little bit of being and a little bit of doing. Let's see if we can manage to marry the two. So let's come down onto our backs this morning. We're going to start lying down. Let me move that up. So we're going to start lying down. Feel free, as you get there, to bring your knees with you and maybe have a little massage, a little side to side or movement through your knees. Kind of doing whatever feels good to bring yourself into your mat there. You can then release your feet to the floor, keeping your knees bent up towards the ceiling. If that feels more comfortable, wiggle up a little bit so you can see if that feels more comfortable. Or you can stretch the legs out in front of you, about hip width apart, with your heels resting in and your toes rest out to the side. I'm going to come up so I can talk to you a little bit more easily. But go ahead and get yourself nice and comfortable there. Your arms might intuitively want to rest down by the side of the body. Go ahead and just let them fall. Trying to maybe open your palms up towards the ceiling, if that's comfortable on your shoulders today. Or maybe if you've been doing rather too much doing and not enough being, and you're feeling a little bit discombobulated and disconnected from everything, with your hands on your chest and a hand on your belly might just bring you back into yourself. Allow yourself to drop into, just for a moment, that state of being. Putting aside whatever might have brought you here this morning, the to-do list, anything from the week thus far that's weighing on your mind, anything niggling that has to be done the rest of the day or the rest of the week, just very quietly putting that to one side for the next hour. So we can be with ourselves, be with our bodies, be with our breath on the mat this morning. Beginning to deepen and lengthen the breath now, bringing your breath under conscious control. Imagine that breath traveling all the way in and down into those lowermost lobes of the lungs, and then exhaling all the way out and up. Getting rid of anything superfluous to need this morning. Breathing in and down, nice and deeply. And exhaling all the way out and up. A couple more rounds of that nice steady breath. See if you can begin to soften the shoulders, relax your face. Just clearing the face of any expression, any worry or anxiety, any frown lines, so the face feels soft, the jaws relaxed, and the shoulders are away from the ears. So maybe keeping the eyes closed, following my voice now as you just stretch the legs out in front of you if your knees are bent, letting the arms drop down by the side of the body if they were resting on your chest and belly. And let's float the arms all the way back up above the head, so we'll all make the lovely full body stretch there. Go ahead and maybe just start to gently circle your wrists and your ankles there. You can always take arms out to the side if it's too much to have them above your head. Little circles in the wrist as you wiggle the fingers, move the toes, then just change direction so we've moved the joints in equal ways. Lovely. And then we'll lower the arms and walk your feet back in towards your sit bones now. So we'll keep the knees and the ankles together, coming into a little hip opener. If it's uncomfortable, then feel free to just keep your knees up towards the ceiling. If you're with me, we'll allow the knees to drop out to the side, soles of the feet together. If your hips feel very tight today, go ahead and just slide your feet a little bit further away from your bottom. Fingertips gently rest on your inner thighs there, encouraging the knees to part a little bit more. So keeping the legs as they are as you inhale, let's float the arms back above the head, just as we've just done. And then as you exhale, bring your fingertips all the way back down to land on your thighs. Land on those inner thighs. So inhaling, reaching up and back. Stretching out through the side body. And as you exhale, softly land the hands on the thighs. Let's do that twice more. Lifting and lowering with your breath, trying to keep your back nice and still so we're not overarching through the chest as you lift your arms up above the head. Now we'll do that a few more times. Now you can continue with that movement that you're doing. Or this time as you inhale, float the arms all the way behind your head. And as you exhale, take them out to the side, like you're drawing a big semicircle with your arms. And then bring fingertips to thighs. So space permitting, inhale, reach the arms all the way up and back. Exhale, either continuing back down the middle or taking the arms out to the side, like a big snow angel. Let's do that twice more, all the way back. And then finding you all the way back down your way, fingertips resting on the thighs. Let's do that one more time, so depending on your space in the room around you or how your shoulders are feeling. Lovely. And we'll all meet with your hands just resting down on your thighs, so take your time. Lovely. And then drawing those knees together. Bring the knees into your chest one at a time. Give them a nice hug and maybe have a little massage through the back, just closing off the hips there. So keeping your right knee hugged in towards your chest, bring your left foot down to the floor. Knee bent up towards the ceiling there. And just using one hand or both hands, start to draw little circles with that right knee. So again, just getting into the hip. Circling the knee, relaxing the lower leg as you change direction now, just guiding the leg round the opposite way. Lovely. And then bringing that knee in towards your chest, interlace the hands just around the back of the thigh as we come into a little hamstring stretch. Pop a bend in the knee if the leg feels a little tight today. And just free up the ankle by circling the foot. Just make sure that your shoulders haven't tightened up, your face is still nice and relaxed. And then change direction. Keeping the toes going. Oh, that feels nice. Or stretching the foot. And then push the heel up towards the sky. Pull the toes back towards your face so we're opening up through the back of the leg. Okay, arms are going to come down by the side of the body and slowly start to lower that right leg all the way down to the floor until the heel lands down on your mat. And then we're going to slide that heel all the way back in so both knees are bent and the feet are hip width apart. Pressing into your feet, little shoulder bridge as you inhale, start to lift your hips up off the floor, coming into a little shoulder bridge. And as you exhale, roll your way back down. We're going to do that twice more. So you might keep it nice and low this morning. You might come up a little bit higher, pushing the hips up as you inhale and rolling your way down as you exhale. Let's do that one more time. So keeping the feet flat, so all 10 toes stay connected to the floor. Sometimes the toes lift up. We'll come all the way back down. Lovely. Right foot stays where it is. This time left knee comes into your chest. And we'll start with those little knee circles, guiding the leg round. So again, try to relax your lower leg, let your heel drop down towards your bottom. First one way, and then the opposite way round. And you might notice that one side feels more stiffer than the other this morning. So let's see if we can balance that out now. And then knee comes in, hold behind the back of the leg. Let's take that leg up. Oh, that feels tight this morning. And then we'll circle off the foot. It's always these first stretches that you think, oh, why does one side feel tighter than the other? What have I been doing? And then on the other side, and then the answer probably is nothing apart from moving in our usual way when one side is invariably more dominant than the other. So let's push the heel up towards the ceiling now, feeling that stretch in the back of the leg. Keep the leg where it is, but bring your hands down by the side of the body. And then slowly with control, lower that leg all the way down to the floor, trying to keep the leg straight as the heel lands. And then slide that foot all the way back in, so both knees are bent. Back into that little shoulder bridge. Now you can keep your arms down by the side of the body, or as you inhale, lift your hips and raise your arms above your head, so we get that lovely stretch through the side body. And as you exhale, we lower the hips and lower the arms. So whatever works for you. Inhaling, so we're going to do that twice more. Lifting and reaching back on an inhale, and lowering all the way back down as you exhale. So just one more time, a little tuck of the pelvis under as you lift your hips, lengthening back. And then we'll lower all the way back down. Okay, we're going to add on, bringing that right knee in towards your chest. Holding behind the leg, we're going to take that leg straight back up into a little hamstring stretch. But this time, keep the arms down by the side of the body now as we start to move with breath. We're going to start to lower that leg all the way back down towards the floor. And then slide that heel back in towards you. Knee comes to chest, leg goes up as though you're pedaling with that leg. Extending as you lower, draw your belly button to your spine. And then scoop that knee all the way back up, heel sliding across the mat. So it's a really slow, mindful pedal. So you're riding a very large penny farthing. Or how I imagine that to be. Lovely. Let's do one more nice rotation. It's a really good one to strengthen up through our core and also open up some space. This time we'll bring that knee all the way back in towards your chest and extend the leg up and hold it there. Lovely. With a flexed foot, go ahead and bring your right ankle over your left knee. Right hand comes to the inside of the knee. Gently press it away and rock side to side. So we're coming into a gentle recline pigeon there. And if your hips feel a little tight, you might want to stay there this morning, or come to the center, bring both hands back down by the side of the body, and then pick up your left foot. So you're bringing your right shin in towards your chest, into that recline pigeon. Have a little look if you're confused. Now keeping the hands on the floor, as you inhale, you're going to straighten that left leg. So taking the leg up, and as you exhale, bend the knee, keeping that right knee open. Twice more, inhale, the leg goes up, so we straighten the left leg, and exhale, we bend. Let's do that one more time, so big stretch up. This time we'll bring that left foot all the way back down to the floor. Now, if this next one proves too much, feel free to do a shoulder bridge with both feet on the floor, or extend that right leg all the way up towards the sky. We're going to come into a one-legged shoulder bridge. So as you inhale, lift your hips so you're pressing the right sole of the foot up, and exhale, come all the way back down. So twice more. If this is too much, bring both feet underneath you. So we're building up some strength in the left leg. So powering up as you inhale, pressing the sole of the foot up towards the sky. Come all the way down. Bring that right knee in towards your chest. Give it a hug, give it a squeeze. And then we'll bring the foot back down underneath you. We'll try that on the other side. So bringing that left knee in, give it a hug. And then hold behind the leg as we take it up into that hamstring stretch. So this is when we're going to go a bit freestyle, arms down by the side of the body. So as you lower that leg, you're using your core, heel stretching away, and then we slide the leg all the way back in, knee comes to chest, and we start that pedaling action with your left leg, lowering down, and then sliding all the way back up and in. So you might notice that one side, again, moves more fluidly than the other. You might have little clicks and clunks in the hips there. Let's do one more nice big cycle with that left leg moving. And then we'll bring the knee in towards the chest and take that leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Keeping the foot flexed, ankle crosses over opposite knee. This time it's the left hand that presses the knee away, so we can again just rock from buttock to buttock. If this isn't nice, you can always just keep still in the middle. That's absolutely fine. Now, if you want to join me in that reclined pigeon, again, arms down by the side of the body, using the strength of the core, pick up your right foot so that left shin comes in towards your chest. Let's do that little leg straightening. So inhale, right leg straightens, and exhale, bending the knee. So twice more. Can you keep that left knee pressing open to the side, so maintaining that nice hip opener as we move the right leg. Let's take it up one last time, and then we'll bring that right foot back down to the floor. Option to do a shoulder bridge with two legs on the floor, or this time left leg goes up, ready for our one-legged shoulder bridge. So inhale, push the hips up, and exhale, lower. So we're building up some strength in that right leg. Twice more, so inhale. If it's too much, have a little rest, or bring both feet underneath you. Let's do one last lift of the hips up, rolling your way back down. Bring that knee in towards your chest, bring the other knee to join it now, and have a little roll, maybe a little roll across the back of the head there, releasing tension. And we're going to come round to all fours. So you can roll to one side or join me, crossing the ankles, holding behind your knees, and whoop, use a bit of momentum to come up and round. Finding yourself into a tabletop position this morning. So we'll spread the hands nice and wide. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Just make sure you've got some space behind you and out to the side of you as you press down into your hands, gazing just beyond your fingertips so the back of the neck stays nice and long as we come into our cat and our cow. So as you inhale, dip your belly, and we bring the chest forwards. And then exhale, rounding up like an angry cat. So inhaling, gently pulling the chest forwards, chin lifts a little bit. And exhale, pressing into your hands. And keep pressing into your hands as you inhale so we don't disappear into the shoulders. And keep your shoulders over your wrists as you exhale. Sometimes we've got a tendency to rock back. And let's do that twice more, seeing if you can maintain that lovely posture and safety across the shoulders. Lovely. Let's do just one more. And rounding, lovely. So we'll come into that nice tabletop position. Just shifting the weight into your left knee so you can slide the right foot back behind you and then lift it up hip height without dipping in the middle. So firm up through the belly as you bend the knee and point the toes up towards the sky, ready for our tiger. So inhale, lift the toes, lift the head, and exhale, round the back, knee to chest, nose to knee. Toes lift, inhale, so we gaze forwards. And then exhale, we drop the gaze as you give that knee a big squeeze, pressing into your hands. Lovely. Twice more. Inhale. And exhale, give it a big squeeze. Inhaling up. And exhale. Lovely. This time we're going to take the toes up towards the ceiling. Bring that knee in towards your chest and hold. Can you squeeze your heel up towards your bottom, press into your hands, feel that lovely strength building up. And then extend that leg all the way back behind you. Bring the ball of the foot to the floor and just gently rock back and forth, pressing into your hands. Gentle connection of navel to spine. So again, we're keeping the back nice and safe. By all means, stay there. We'll tuck the other foot under and join me in a downward dog. you want to stay on all fours with that right leg extended, rolling backwards and forwards, feel free. If you're in your downward dog, just pedal things out here, bending one knee and then the other. Maybe a little cheeky shake of your hips and shake of your head there. And if you're on all fours with the leg extended, just bring both knees back underneath you. If you're with me in a downward dog, I'm going to come to stillness and then lift your heels up. Keep your heels lifted now as we all come back down onto all fours with the toes tucked under. Hands walk back towards your knees and then we lift up into a standing kneeling position. If it's too much to have your toes tucked, go ahead and flatten your feet. Arms reach out, level with your shoulders. Now think about the body as one unit now, so we're not going to bend in the middle. Take an inhale. Exhale, just shift the weight back. Body moving as one unit, like a plank. Inhale, reach forwards. And exhale, we rock back. Lovely. Feel a lovely stretch in the quads. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, rock back. Lovely. We'll come all the way up to center, reaching the arms up. And then bring both hands down to the floor. Underneath you, untuck the toes, give them a little flap. And then come down into a child pose, walking the arms forwards, coming onto tips of fingers and thumbs there. And gently pressing your fingertips forwards and down, hug your hips to your heels. Just take care that your shoulders aren't tucked up around your ears somewhere. Draw them down. And just take a couple of nice deep breaths there into your back and the side of the body. And you might just want to stay there in a child pose, bringing your palms flat to the floor, or bring your palms flat and join me in our little moving flow. So inhaling onto all fours. And this time as you exhale, come down onto your belly, hug those elbows into your waist. Pick up the chest, little cobra, take an inhale. Back down onto your child pose as you exhale. So inhaling up, exhaling all the way down, or maybe just a little dip down onto your belly. And then pick up your chest, roll your way back up, and then take your bottom to your heels. We'll do that twice more. If you don't want to come down onto your chest, you could always just come onto all fours and then straight back into a child pose, gently rocking back and forth. Inhaling all fours, and exhaling bottom to heels. Let's do that one last time. Inhaling, looking forwards as you guide your chest down between your arms, then peeling the chest back. We'll all meet in that child pose. And then when you're ready, coming back onto all fours, ready for our little tiger on the other side. So weight in your right knee, this time sliding left leg back, lifting it up and bending the knee so the toes point up towards the sky. Pressing into your hands, take an inhale. And give that knee a big squeeze in towards your belly as you exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, lift your gaze, lift your toes. And exhale, squeeze everything in. Lovely. Twice more, inhale. And exhale as you bring that knee in and around the back. Lovely. Last one, inhale. Or last moving one, I should say. And exhale, give a squeeze. Let's take the toes up one last time. Now bring that knee in towards your chest and pause now, pressing into your hands. And think about squeezing your heel up towards your bottom a little bit more. Lovely. Extend the leg back behind you, ball of foot to floor. And we'll start with that little rock over the ball of the foot. And you might want to stay here, or again, join me in downward dog, tucking the toes under. Maybe this time you add a little twist, so you have a little peek underneath opposite armpits as you bend and straighten the knees. Lovely. And then coming to center, let's again rise up onto the balls of the feet, hips nice and high. Bending the knees, we come back down onto all fours. Keeping the toes tucked if that's okay. We'll walk the hands back towards the thighs. And again, lift up into our standing kneeling, reaching the arms out in front of you, big breath in. Breathing out, shift the weight back. Again, keeping straight in the middle, inhale. Exhale, rock back. So it might be a big movement, might be small. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Oh, that'll fire the legs up. Lovely, hands coming down. Feet flat, take an inhale. Bottom to heels into your child pose, exhale. Staying there or coming with me, inhale onto all fours. Exhaling, moving flow down onto your chest. Peeling your way back up, take an inhale. And bottom to heels, exhale. Adding on this next time, coming onto all fours, inhaling. Down onto your belly as you exhale. Coming onto all fours, take an inhale. And this time as you exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Pausing there in your downward dog as you press your hands forwards and down. Try and lift your hips all the way up and back. Lovely. So coming into a little moving flow, starting with some leg lifts. So you can always do this from all fours. If you're in downward dog, bring your feet together, your knees together, or as close together as comfortable. And as you inhale, float the right leg up behind you. And as you exhale, slowly lower down. Other side, trying not to transfer your weight from hand to hand as you lift and lower the legs. And release. Going to move forwards a little bit. One more each side. I'm hitting the radiator as I lift my legs. Last time with that left leg lifting, take an inhale. And exhale to lower. This time we're going to lift your right leg. Come onto the ball of the underneath foot, take an inhale. And as you exhale, step the right foot forwards, top of the mat. And just lower that left knee down to the floor. Flatten your toes. And as you inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And exhale, we take the arms out to the side, fingertips frame your front foot. So inhaling, rising up, push the floor away, arms come out and up. And exhaling all the way down, lovely. Let's do that twice more. So you can always keep the movement in the arms a little bit smaller. Let's do that one last time. So we'll take a big breath in. This time as you exhale, we're going to bring both hands down to frame the foot. Pick up your back knee. We're going to lift the knee, spinning the heel in and the toes out, and find your way into your warrior two. Let me just adjust the camera there so you can see me. So have a little wiggle with your feet, making sure that your front knee is over your ankle there. Right foot facing forwards. Beautiful. So pressing evenly through both feet. Let's say you want to pull the mat apart. We'll turn the palms up. And as you inhale, reaching up, straighten the legs, palms might touch above your head. And exhale, bend the knee. We look over our front fingertips. So inhale, lifting up, pulling up through the middle, and then exhale, down, down, down into your warrior. Lovely. Let's do that twice more. So moving flow. We're not losing connection through the outside edge of that back foot as we come down into our warrior. Last time, inhale, pulling up, and exhale. Let's all meet in that warrior with the arms stretched out nice and wide. And then leaning forwards, right forearm to thigh, left arm might reach up or over the top of the head. Little moving flow into your warrior. Take an inhale. And take that right arm all the way up and back, reverse warrior. Inhaling into your warrior. Exhaling forearm to thigh or drop those hips and bring your hand down a little lower towards your shin. Inhaling, slipping on the mat into your warrior. And last time to reverse. Beautiful. Let's come all back into our warrior two. So we can bring hands to hips and turn all 10 toes forwards. I'm going to slightly shorten my stance. So if you're very wide in the legs, just bring your legs a little closer together. So really good for the belly and the back, this one. We're going to pull up through the center and reach the arms up towards the sky, keeping the hands on the hips if that's more comfortable. We'll take a big breath in. As you breathe out, push your hips back as you reach forwards and down. Slow descent, fingertips find the floor. And just bend the knees a little bit if you need to. Let the head hang in this first one. And then bring your hands onto your shins. Lifting up halfway, so press your hands into your shins, lift your chest, and then power into your feet. As you inhale, sweep the arms out and up, rise up to stand. Exhale, come all the way down, push the hips back, and lengthen the fingertips down towards the floor. Beautiful. Hands find your shins, press against your shins, bring your chest forwards, and then inhale, rise on up. Beautiful. Last time, exhale. So it's like someone is pulling your bottom back and reaching your arms forwards. Lovely. Hands coming to shins. Last time, bring the chest forwards and then rise on up. Beautiful. Keep the arms lifted. Turn your heels in, your toes out. Or take an inhale as you reach up. As you exhale, bend your knees and cactus your arms into your little goddess. Inhale, reach up, straighten the legs, pull up through the middle. Can you come down a little deeper? Imagine you're sliding your back down an imaginary wall. Lovely, twice more. Ooh, strong in the legs today. Exhale. Lovely, one last time, take an inhale. And exhale, come all the way down. Beautiful. So rising on up, take an inhale. And as you exhale, come into your warrior, turning your right foot forwards, back where we were. Lovely. Beautiful. Inhale to reverse your warrior. One last time, right arm up and back. And as you exhale, take a big cartwheel of the hands down, framing the foot. You're going to step back into your downward dog. Now, option to skip this bit and stay there. Or as you inhale, roll the body forwards to a plank this time. And as you exhale, come down onto your tummy. Use your knees if you need to. Finding your cobra, take an inhale. And as you exhale, let's all meet in downward facing dog. Have a little rest in child pose if you need to. Have a little pedal out through your feet as you push your hips up and back. And then we'll try that little sequence on the other side. I'm just going to turn the opposite way so I'm on the right leg as you and I can still see you. So bringing your feet together. Let's take the left leg up this time. Taking an inhale into those leg lifts and exhale to lower. Switching sides, right foot float up behind you. Take an inhale and exhale to lower. Let's do one more each way again, trying to keep your upper back nice and level so we're not shifting the weight from hand to hand. Last time with that right leg. Lovely. And lower down. So we're coming to that left leg lifting. Rising up onto the ball of the underneath foot. Take an inhale. And exhaling, stepping or helping that foot forwards. And we'll drop the back knee. There we go. Arms come out to come up. Take an inhale. And then fingertips come out and down to frame your front foot. So push the floor away, all the way out and up. And exhale all the way down, fingertips framing the foot. Lovely. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. So last one, we'll sweep the arms out and up. And this time we'll bring both hands down, frame the foot. Pick up the back knee, tuck the heel in. So again, we'll rise on up into our warrior two, this time with your left foot pointing forward. So again, get the alignment right. Just take care you're not leaning forward, so we've still got our shoulders on top of our hips. Beautiful. Turning those palms up. As you inhale, rise on up. Just take care your bottom isn't sticking out behind you, and then exhale back into your warrior. So rising up on an inhale. So pull up through the middle. And exhale, float the arms back down, warrior two. Lovely. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Lovely. We're going to do that one more time. So inhaling up. And then we'll all meet in our warrior two with the arms out. Just check that back arm isn't an afterthought. So both arms are level with the shoulders. And then we'll reach forwards, left forearm to thigh, right arm up and over this time. Back into your warrior, take an inhale. Reverse your arms as you exhale into our reverse warrior. Gorgeous, guys. Inhale through the middle. Forearm to thigh, or drop your hips and bring that left hand a little bit lower down the leg. Back into your warrior. Inhale. Last time to reverse. Beautiful. We'll all meet in our warrior. So we can all turn the toes forwards. Bring your hands to your hips middle moment so you can again just slightly shorten your stance if you need to. Otherwise you feel a bit unbalanced there. Hands can stay on hips if it was too much to raise them. Or again, arms alongside your ears. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, hinging forward so we reach the arms forwards. Now, option one, if your back feels a little tender today, then push off your shins. Otherwise, press into your fingertips, lift your chest. And as you inhale, sweep the arms out and up so we're coming off the floor. And as you exhale, come all the way forwards and down. Pausing when you get there. Making that decision, hands to shins, or just pressing fingertips into floor. And as you inhale, sweep the arms out and up, rise to stand. Woo, one last time, reaching forward, so lengthening the back, great to stretch the back seam of the body. Fingertips to floor or hands to shins. Last time, big breath in to rise up. Pausing there now as you spin your heels in, your toes out. So again, imagine you're sliding down a wall as you inhale. Exhale, take that little cactus. Bending the elbows, lovely. Maybe coming a little deeper, inhale. And exhale to take that knee bend. So fingers are spread, sending those knees out towards your little toes. Lovely, one last time, big breath in to lengthen. And coming down is that little goddess with the cactus arms, beautiful. You're gonna reach on up. And then finding your warrior, turning your left foot forwards. Reverse your warrior, taking inhale as you reach that left arm up and back. And exhale, a big windmill of the hands down, framing the foot. Option, have a rest or join me in downward dog. Ready for that little vinyasa? Skip it if you want to. Inhaling to back, exhaling forwards and down. Finding your way to a cobra, take an inhale and exhale, downward facing dog. From your downward dog, let's all drop down onto hands and knees for a moment. You can go ahead and widen your knees, put your big toes together if that's more comfortable. As you take a moment in child pose, gather your thoughts, gather your breath, arms extended in front of you. And you might just stay there, just resting the body down, arms reaching out. Or join me in a little shoulder stretch, feeding your right arm under your left arm. So just come onto the fingertips of your left hand there so you can lift your armpit and reach that right arm underneath. A little version of thread needle. Try and keep both sit bones grounded towards your heels there as you find just a little stretch in the shoulder. Lovely. And then swapping sides, if you're joining me, that little shoulder stretch, an opportunity just to stretch things out on the floor before we carry on. Beautiful. And then we'll reach both arms back in front of you. Find your way back onto all fours. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. This time we'll walk your feet towards your hands, coming to the top of your mat. Meet in a forward fold, bend your knees, cradle those elbows, and perhaps have a sway of your body from side to side. Just letting everything hang. Lovely. Then letting go of the elbows, let's roll our way up to stand. Rolling up. Just take a couple of nice shoulder rolls at the top. Beautiful. So we're going to come into a little balance sequence here. So remember the floor is there. So we're going to find our way into a warrior three with the arms reach back alongside you. So you might be able to lift that back leg and lower the chest. That might be your warrior three today. Or you might, if you're feeling a little wibbly wobbly, just use the floor and draw the arms back and keep the chest nice and high. So yogi's choice. Let's all start by just bringing the hands to the hips. So we're going to be stepping our right leg back, first of all, guys. So let's come into the top of your mat and just pick up your right heel. Let's have a little test out of balance there. Now you can keep your toes on the floor or lift the knee and start to circle the foot there. You can hold underneath the leg if you need a bit of extra support. So one way and then the other. Lovely. Let me come to the top of the mat. And then we're going to flex that right foot. Keep your hands on your hips if you're comfortable, or reach the arms up above your head. Lovely. We're going to take an inhale. And as you exhale, take that leg back, arms sweep back as you find your warrior three. So pop a little bend in that front knee as low as feels comfortable. Beautiful. Bring your hands together at your heart. You're going to step that right leg back into a high lunge. So feet hip width apart, little tricky transition. How are we doing? Pop a bend in both knees, shoulders on top of hips. As you inhale, straighten the legs, sweep the arms up. And as you exhale, bend your knees and bring your hands down to your heart. So out and up with those arms, same action as before as you straighten the legs. And bending the knees, bringing the hands down to your heart, shoulders down, top of hips. Lovely. One more time, taking inhale. And exhale, bending, a soft bend in the knees, bring the hands to the heart. Keep the knees bent. We're going to sweep the arms up one last time, taking inhale. And as you exhale, bring the hands down, frame that front foot. Option downward dog, or this time left leg up and back into a three-legged dog. Take an inhale. As you exhale, left elbow to left knee, take it forwards. Inhale, take that leg all the way up. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, coming across the body. Inhale, coming all the way back up. This time as you exhale, step that foot forwards, middle of the mat. Go ahead and lower your hips, take your chest forwards. Coming into a twist, taking that left arm up towards the sky. You can always lower that back knee. Take an inhale as you reach the arms apart. And as you exhale, go ahead and lower both hands down. Push off the back foot so you can step to the top of your mat as you inhale. And exhale to fold over the legs. Proper bend in the knees. Let's rise all the way up. Taking an inhale. Hands coming to hearts. Exhale, pause. You can always miss that little vinyasa out if it's a little bit too much today. So hands coming to hips. Let's finish this off and try the other leg. So maybe the left heel lifts and you just circle on the ball of the foot. Let's see if you can lift the knee and do those little ankle rotations. So a little challenge for balance here as you move your foot. See how it feels, lovely. And then flex the foot, hands might stay on hips. Or again, go ahead and raise the arms. Lovely, taking an inhale. As you exhale, find your warrior three. So I'm going to sweep the arms back of the hands pushing up, reaching that leg back, little bend in the front knee. And then finding your edge, gently land that left foot. So we're all in that high lunge, beautiful. You're going to sweep the arms up, straighten the legs. Exhale, hands to heart. So we pop a little bend in both knees. As you draw the hands down, lovely, out and up. Straighten the legs, you're balanced on the ball of the back foot. And hands draw straight down the middle, lovely. One more time, inhale, woo! I had a wobble then. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to keep the knees bent and sweep the arms up. Lovely, let's take an inhale and exhale, bring the hands down. Option downward dog, option have a child pose or take right leg up into your three-legged dog. Let's take an inhale there. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, coming down the middle. Beautiful. Take the leg up and back. Take an inhale. Right knee to left elbow, coming across the body. Lovely. Last time, inhale. Exhale, foot lands between your hands. Ready for that twist. So lower the hips and we'll take the right arm up. You can always drop that back bit. Take an inhale with the arms apart. And exhale, let's bring both hands down. Push off the back foot, coming to the top of your mat. Inhale. And exhale to fold. Beautiful. Let's rise on up one last time. Hands to heart. Just pause there. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. Whoa. Gathering our thoughts, gathering our breath. Let me again just move that camera ever so slightly. So again, if your balance feels a little wobbly today, you can always use a little piece of furniture. So we come into our final little balance one just to settle the mind. And balances are great for being rather than doing. When our mind is busy, our balance tends to go. So let's go ahead and bring the hands to the hips, trying to keep the hips level now as you just pick up your right heel. And find your way to tree pose today, which might look something like this, heel resting on top of foot. Using your big toe as a kickstand or bringing that foot above or below the knee. Try and avoid the knee joint. Oh, there we go, slippy trousers. Let's all bring the hands to the heart. Drawing that knee open, find your center, just fixing the gaze on something that's not going to move. And then we'll take the arms all the way up into a lovely generous V shape. Softening the shoulders. And then bringing the right fingertips down to the inside of your thigh, just as we did at the beginning. So lengthen up with that left arm. And then take a little bend over to the left. So it's a really small movement, challenging balance. Yeah, coming back to center. Both arms lifting. This time lower that left arm down by the side of the body. Reaching up with the right arm, you might stay there, stretching the arms apart, or again, take a little side bend, trying to keep that that right knee open. Back to the middle. Both arms lifting back up. Well done, team. Hands to heart. foot to floor. Ooh. Keep the movement small as you move the arms above the head. It kind of knocks us off our center of gravity, so you don't have to move far to feel that challenge. Let's try that on the other side. So left heel lifts. So go ahead and find your tree again, using Dr. Floor if you need to. And just pull up at that standing leg so you're growing a little bit taller. Find your focus and then maybe take the arms off. And this might be more than enough of a challenge today. Or adding that little movement, fingertips of left hand, just brush the inner thigh or maybe the knee. Reach up with the right. And maybe take that little side bend. So it's hardly moving, it's not a big move. Come back through the middle. Oh, I can feel that reaching the arms up. Lowering right arm. So reach the arms apart. And then maybe coming over the top. Back through the middle, reaching the arms up. Hands to heart, foot to floor. That's definitely my wobbly side there. So whatever happened, let's take a deep knee bend, sweep the arms all the way out and up. And as you exhale, let it go as you exhale down into your forward fold. Lifting up halfway, take an inhale. And exhale, step back into your downward dog. From your downward dog, widen your knees. So as you come down onto all fours, we've got the knees slightly wider apart than hips. Big toes join together. Hips come to heels. I'm just going to rest one hand on top of the other, making a little pillow for myself. And find a moment there in that lovely restorative child pose. The chest and the belly, got a little bit of space there just to release. And softening everything down underneath me. Beautiful. Well done, team. You worked well today. We've had some balance challenges, some leg strength. Let's come back to that sense of being after the doing. So when you're ready, let's slip up onto our hands so we can point both knees forwards. Drop your bottom to one side and swing the legs round in front of you. So pop something underneath your bottom if you need to lift your hips up a little bit more so we can find that lovely length through the spine. Soften the knees again if you need to. And reach the arms up and really try and keep your upper arms glued by your ears now. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, slowly start to hinge forwards. Keep those upper arms by your ears, lovely straight back. Inhale, reach up. And this time as you exhale, swing the hands behind you. Fingertips can point forwards or out to the side. And just press into your fingered pads so we can open the chest this time. Lengthening through the front seam. And then slowly release. So try that again. Inhale, reach up. Upper arms stay glued by the ears as you lengthen the body forward. So I'm not aiming to touch my toes. I'm just lengthening the back, reaching up, take an inhale. And last time, hands come behind you. Pressing into the floor, wave that leg through the chest. And then release. Inhaling up. And this time as you exhale, find your forward fold. So you might find your feet this morning, your shins, your thighs. Some of you might want to bend your knees and wrap your hands around your legs, just so you can get that lovely restorative and supportive pose if your back is a little tight. If you can easily take your feet, you might cross at the wrists. Take hold of the outside edge of your feet and gently pull them back towards you so you're feeling a gentle inward rotation. Maybe feeling a stretch in the outer thigh there. Try not to bounce or fidget as you just hold that stretch, just for a couple more breaths. Lovely. And then we'll release. Coming all the way up, slide your right heel in towards your bottom. And just pull against that right knee so you can sit up nice and tall there. And try and keep that lovely length through the spine as we come into a twist. Foot can stay there, or you can go ahead and cross it over. But keep that length through the spine as you hug your knee in towards your chest. Right arm, take a big circle all the way up. Fingertips either landing behind you, or again, if like me, you find that that causes you to lean back a little bit. Bring your hand onto your lower back instead. And then sit yourself forwards and up. So again, we've not slumped in the spine. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, see if you can find a little bit more space. Toes of that left foot pulling back towards you. Keep the legs as they are, but release from that twist. And then just turn your body round in the opposite way. Oh, lovely unraveling through the spine there. And then come back to the middle. And we'll swap sides, so give the legs a little shake. And then bringing the left foot in. And again, I'm just going to interlace my hands and pull up against my knees. So again, I'm maintaining, I'm creating, and then I'm going to maintain that length through the spine as I cross my foot over. I might have to lean forwards to wrap my elbow around the knee, but then sit up nice and tall again, bringing the knee with you as you take that big sweep with the left arm, fingertips behind you, or hand just rests on your low back. Again, sitting forwards and up, feel that lovely length through the spine as you inhale. Again, as you exhale, maybe find a little bit more rotation. Or not, as the case may be. Toes of that right foot. Oh, I just realised mine were all floppy there, so pull the toes back towards your face. Release the twist. Then just turn the body around in the opposite way. Ooh, unraveling. And then back through the middle. Give those legs one last big shake. And then bending the knees, coming down onto your back. Bring both knees with you. Oh, and have a much needed rock there. A little massage through your back. Maybe a little roll across the back of your head. Beautiful. And then keeping the right knee hugged in, left foot comes to the floor. Let's come up into that hamstring stretch just as we did at the beginning. So pulling the toes towards your face, try not to lift your bottom off the floor there. So feeling nice and even across your back. Softness in your shoulders. Option, slide the left leg out in front of you. All 10 toes are active there. Keep the heel landed. And then bring that right knee in towards your chest. One last little twist, left hand on right knee. Just let that right arm drop alongside you. And just take the knee across the body there. So you're rolling onto the outside edge of that neck there. Let's come back onto our back. Swapping sides, so left knee coming in, right foot to floor. Up into that hamstring stretch. So you can keep your hands quite low towards your bottom there. As you pull the toes towards your face. That might be enough for your back, or stretch the leg out so that underneath leg is lifted. We're pressing that right heel down into the mat for a bit of stability, an anchor point. And the knee coming to chest, left hand on your, right hand on your knee this time. And we'll bring that left knee across your body. Oh, I've got a nice satisfying click in my back then. Oh, that's nice. Coming all the way back through the middle. Bringing both knees in towards your chest. This time we'll widen the knees. Put your big toes towards each other. Slide your hands down the tops of your shins. And then go ahead and gently press your heels down towards your bottom. We're trying to lengthen as much of your lower back down into the mat as feels comfortable and possible today. Knees wide, nice release for all those little muscles in the low back that can sometimes get quite tight. And then release, bring the knees in towards your chest. If you want to just hug your knees in and maybe bring your nose up towards your knees, just again, releasing the lower back, releasing the upper back, feel free. And the knees stay to chest, but head comes back down to the floor. And roll the head from side to side, just releasing into the neck. Allow your feet to come to the floor now. Feel free to keep your knees pointed up towards the ceiling as you walk your feet wider apart and just rest your knees against each other. Adjusting your hips to create space for the back, or go ahead and reach one leg out in front of you and then the other. Maybe have a roll across the back of your heels there. Finding a comfortable position for you now. So again, we can enjoy a moment of being rather than doing. So take a moment to settle yourself nice and comfortable. Maybe a pillow to the back of the head or something under your knees if your back is feeling a little tight today. Again, if you need a little bit of extra reassurance or simply a connection with your breath, sometimes it helps us connect with our breath. Hand on the chest, a hand on the belly, deepen that connection. Adding warmth and weight, a little bit of reassurance. Giving yourself a little bit of space to simply be this morning after all of the doing. When you're ready to face the rest of your day, hopefully feeling a little bit more connected to yourself. Just gently start to move your fingers, your toes, maybe a roll across the back of your head. Slowly start by keeping those movements nice and gentle. Then maybe you want to expand and open into a full body stretch, making that movement a little bigger. Finding the space behind you and in front of you. Bringing the arms back down, walk your feet back in towards you. So you can give your knees one last squeeze. Wherever there's space, to the right or to the left of you, just roll onto that side. Come up, enjoy being in a comfortable seated position when you're ready. Something underneath your bottom if you need to lift your hips a bit. So finding that nice balanced position across your sit bones, lifting up through the spine as you bring your hands to your heart, allow your elbows just to drop down towards your waist, maybe just dropping your chin down towards your fingertips. And I'll leave you with these lovely words by the philosopher Alan Watts, who wrote, "Perhaps stop measuring days by degree of productivity and start experiencing them by the degree of presence." I love that. So namaste, my lovely yogis. You've been productive, so now you can go and be present with someone of your choice or something of your choice. Cup of coffee, maybe. Thank you, thank you.